Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? This your boy Coach Dante in the building for the third episode of the Bases Loaded podcast here with my co-host, my guy Aaron, aka Brutally Honest Sports. How you doing today, brother?
Good. Can't complain, man. I mean, I could about one of the teams I follow, but
yeah.
we'll get into that, man. But can't complain on the podcast, right?
Yeah, man. So we got some stuff to get into this weekend. We got the All-Star teams are out. But as we always do, we're going to break down our respective team series. So Baltimore Orioles went into New York. They lost yesterday 8-4. They kind of had a little bit of a tough series. The Monday they lost 3-6. What happened to the Orioles, man? Give me something on the Orioles. We went on in the Yankee series.
Not good, man. It's always tough playing them too, and I hate going up there and having to play them in Yankee Stadium. That's never an easy thing. I don't care what their record is or who's hurt or whatnot, but yeah, man, our bullpen is imploding right before our eyes. We're not hitting with runners in scoring position. That's been really, really bad. Adley Rutschman's been not hitting the ball good all of a sudden. Cedric Mullins came back from the injury, hasn't been the same. It was nice to see Aaron Hicks hit a home run against his former team, and they were booing him all. I mean, every time that guy gets up to bat, I mean, the boos are real loud for him. So I kind of feel for him in that respect. Like, yeah, it's a city where if you don't perform, man, they're gonna let you know. But yeah, the Orioles aren't looking so hot right now. They lost 6 of 7, so just kind of trying to limp into the All-Star break at this point because I kind of just want to get there and straighten the issues out, hopefully. But I don't know. I mean, the pitching, I told you it was a concern a couple weeks ago. It's getting worse, to be honest with you.
Yep. So trade deadline. What you think the Orioles should be? You think they should be buyers or sellers? Do you think they should definitely buy for a starting pitcher or another bat?
Definitely buy, just because it's rare that they're up there in the top 3 of the division. It's been a while, so you got to seize the moment. I think, you have a decent team. You don't have a great team, but you have a decent team, and you got to add to that. Yeah, man, like go get somebody from the White Sox. Go get a starting pitcher. Go get a relief pitcher, but definitely get a starter and a relief. Like you need both. You can't come out of the deadline without if they don't get both, it's like a failure in my opinion.
Got you. So you had your other team, the Philadelphia Phillies, got a big win against the Rays on the road, man. Shutout. They pretty much got a 3-1 victory, man. So got Aaron Nola having 12 strikeouts. That was a hell of a performance against a very good team. Against the Rays, you had Kyle Schwarber with a hit. Kyle Schwarber had a hit that game. You had 2 hits by Bryce Harper as well. You had a run scored, 2 runs scored by Bryson Scott. Alec Baum also had a hit. What you think about your Phillies going against the Rays in that big win yesterday on 4th of July?
Yeah, it's funny, man. It plays right into the Orioles. It ties right back in because the Rays are winning the AL East right now. So the Phillies are not only a team I root for, a team, gun to my head. I don't know who I'd maybe Phillies probably, at the end of the day, but it's one of those deals where like they're helping the Orioles in the process right now because they're trying to keep pace in that AL East. So yeah, the Phillies won 9 straight road games, which is kind of rare to see that. Like for whatever reason, they're playing really good on the road right now. Nola is starting to turn that corner. It looks like you never know what you're going to get with him though. So I never get my hopes too high up because one of these games he'll come out and give up six home runs and not 6 home runs, but 6 runs and three home runs and 6 earned runs. You know what I mean? So can't complain when he's going good like he is now. But yeah, man, like that's a big win against a real good team there at Tropicana Field. I mean, they just gotta obviously the mission is to win that series now. So gotta take the next one.
Yeah, definitely. As for the Astros, we just coming off a big time series win, 3 out of 4 versus the Texas Rangers, which was we needed. Like the position this team is in, right now, we have injuries all over the place. Altuve went out again with an oblique injury at batting practice, but for Jose Abreu, is very hot. Kyle Tucker's just been named to the All-Star team. Mauricio Dubon has been really, really good for the Houston Astros. I've been very impressed the way how he's hitting and how he's fielding. The pitching staff has been really good, and you already know Texas are a really good hitting team. They're a really good hitting team, and to able to go in there and beat them 3 out of 4 in the series feels special. I don't know what the hell is going on with Christian Javier. He's starting to look like a fraud a little bit. He got the contract, stole the money, and now he supposed to at least be a 10-win, 11-win guy at this point. But other than that, teams look like they're figuring him out. He's not throwing strikes. He's struggling throwing the ball even in the strike zone. And now it's just a home run hitting parade off of him. But we do got to get some of these healthy bodies back. I will say the Astros do need another pitcher. And I believe you alluded to this last week that when we was doing this podcast. You did say the Astros will be fine and they will eventually catch the Rangers.
Yeah, that's a big. I mean, that's that. I guess you called it. I mean, you know better than me what living in the Texas. Is that a rivalry? Would you say?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, Rangers are having a hell of a season. Like they're a lot better than I think a lot of people thought they would be.
Mm-hmm.
I did think they would be good. I didn't know if they would win that division good, but I thought they'd be, in the conversation that with going out and get all that pitching help, and then obviously like that lineup's like what I think's number 1 in baseball and scoring runs or something like that. So yeah, man, it's the Astros been there, done that. Like they've gained my trust as a team. Like they're gonna have to fall off before I'm like, hey man, the Astros aren't the Astros. Like
yep,
they're good. They're a good team. They're in the World Series almost every year. It seems like nowadays. So yeah, I think they do. Like I said, I think they do catch them at some point. Now you guys play one of the worst teams in baseball, the Rockies. So I mean, look to keep it going and head into the All-Star game or All-Star break hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For the Texas Rangers, though, I want to ask you a question. Do you think? I know Jacob deGrom, he's been being out, kind of hurt their rotation a little bit. But do you think they need to go for a starting pitcher? I mean, you got Gray, you got Martin Perez. We lit him up yesterday. We lit him up the other day. We got him up out of there, I believe, in the 4th inning. But do you think they need another starting pitcher in their lineup due to Jacob deGrom is being out for the season? Martin Perez is not himself. You still got Gray. You got Dane Dunning, who pitched a good game yesterday against the Boston Red Sox. Do you see their pitching holding up overall?
So I'm looking right here real quick. I mean, as a team bullpen ERA right now, the Rangers are like they're like 22nd, 23rd, something like that. Like they're towards the bottom. So I mean, the starting pitching I think's been like good enough, honestly. I mean, you guys are a special lineup, and you know that. Like if you guys are clicking, like there's not many teams that can hold you under 5-6 runs. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna like fully put it on the starting rotation only because like you're not gonna have a good start every time by any of them guys. It doesn't matter who the pitcher is, even like Garrett Cole and Kershaw back in the, you know what I mean? They'll all have bad games, throughout a 162 game series season. But yeah, I don't know, man. If I'm the Rangers, I probably go like balls to the wall in the bullpen. To be honest with you, like get
Gotcha.
some bullpen arms and sure, because you get into the playoffs. Yeah, you need your starting pitching to show up, but if you go to the bullpen, it's a disaster. Like you're not gonna win series like that.
Got you. So, which team will be better in the second half? Which team that you think in your eyes will be better in the second half?
Who's that?
Like give any team that's in the playoff.
Any team at all. I gotta, maybe some bias here, but I gotta go Phillies because you've seen what they've done in the last month. Like they're red hot. I think after the All-Star break, they continue that, and I think the Astros are another one of those teams too, though. Like I trust that they will turn it around. There's a lot of teams I'm like speculative of, like maybe the Yankees if they get Judge back and then Rodon comes in and let's say Rodon's like 4 ERA, 4.2 ERA, that type of thing. Like they're probably a better team. But really, yeah, I mean the ones that come to my mind, honestly, the Astros. Not even saying that because we're talking about them. I think they have that championship pedigree and they know it's a long season, but they're experienced and they know what to do in the right situation. And the Phillies, because they've been playing better baseball, I think they'll continue to do that and they'll make a wild card. I still think the Braves got that division locked up, but yeah.
So we got the Los Angeles Angels up to their old ways. They do got injuries, though. They do got a lot of injuries. Mike Trout is out pretty much. I think he has a fractured hand. Shohei Ohtani got lit up pretty good yesterday by San Diego. That's kind of rare when he's getting lit up like how he is. That's kind of rare. But the Angels, they get these big bats like a Hunter Renfroe. He's a solid bat. He can hit for power. They got Giovanni Urshela. They got Joe Adell can't come up, but they have to call him back up for Mike Trout. But other than that, they spend all the money on the bats, but the pitching isn't good. So what's wrong with this Angels organization? And how do you see Shohei Ohtani coming back to this team, or do you see the team trading them away to get some big time assets? I mean, they can get a king's ransom for Shohei Ohtani. What you think the Angels should do with this team?
Yeah, man, I don't see, just like I don't know. I haven't heard of reports like he's staying, he's going, that type of thing. But like my gut feeling is like he's not going to stay there. I just feel like he's too good of a player, and like no disrespect if there's any Angels fans tuning in, but they're not a good franchise, man. Like they always figure out a way. They figure out ways to lose. They don't figure out ways to win year in and year out. I just have no faith in them like figuring it out. And yeah, I think what they should do, if I'm sitting there and like, if I'm the GM and I'm talking to Ohtani on a weekly basis, that type of thing, it's like you got to really know what this guy wants to do, because if he's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, I'd be like, look, man, let's trade him and get, like you said, a king's. I mean, you could probably get 2-3 starting pitchers, 2-3 good position players, some prospect. Like you could get, you might be the craziest like trade package you've ever seen in your life, and maybe the craziest thing you'll ever see, because he's a two-way player. Like even Aaron Judge, even your like a Yordan Alvarez, like these guys that are really good hitters, position players, they don't pitch. You know what I mean? So this guy he's a one of one in the league, man. Mike Trout isn't even compared to him because he does it all. He does everything you need him to do.
Yep. It's crazy. You got the best two players in all of baseball. Had Mike Trout for years. I believe he only played in how many series? Just one playoff series. That was against the Kansas City Royals. And Shohei Ohtani hasn't played in any playoff series as long as he's been in the league. Got the best two players in baseball, and you can't even make a playoff. You can't even come close to the playoffs. I still think they are biting themselves in the behind after the contract they gave Pujols. They still biting themselves in the behind off of that. But other than that, man, that's when I look at those two guys, I look at those, man, these guys deserve to win, man. These guys deserve to be somewhere else. They deserve to be competitive, play some competitive baseball. Mike Trout, that guy's from Philadelphia. The guy's from Philadelphia, so he be at the Eagles games most of the times over there. So I feel like, man, they should be competing. They should be somewhere where they compete. Again, shout out to everybody, man. So we got the All-Star game coming up soon. We got the Home Run Derby coming up soon. We know Vladimir Guerrero is Vladdy Jr. is going to be competing. We already got Julio Rodriguez, the Rookie of the Year, is the defending champion. So you got Wander Franco was added to the replacement Yankees slugger Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, he's apparently, thinking about having a surgery. He's been out on his toe. What happens to the Yankees? Can they win without Aaron Judge? Can they win without Aaron Judge?
Shit, I mean, man, they're showing the Orioles that they can beat their ass. You know what I mean? nothing new there. I'm used to that. I don't know, man. I never rule those guys out as much as I don't like them, as much as I'm a hater and everything else with the Yankees is concerned. But I can't rule them out, man, because their bullpen is legit. Their bullpen it's hard as hell. As soon as they go to that bullpen, I'm like, good luck. Here we go again. They got anybody coming out. I mean, they got that Hamilton guy. I forget where they found him. That guy's dynamite. He throws nothing but strikes. And then they have Loizica. They got,
Michael King.
The list goes on and on and on. But yeah, man, if that bullpen starts coming apart or if they start getting more injured, I'd say, maybe they don't make the playoffs. But I just don't see it because Judge will come back at some point, you would think. I mean, I don't think he's going to be out all year. He'll probably come out maybe August. I don't know, maybe before then. So I don't know, man. I can't count them out because they've just, unfortunately, they find ways to win, man. I don't get it sometimes, but it is what it is.
So we got Kyle Tucker is added for Mike Trout, pretty much. Added in the All-Star game. He was handpicked by the coaches. You got Julio Rodriguez replaces Mike Trout in center field. You got Yordan Alvarez. Is in the back there. So I got 3 Astros in there. You got the Mariners. George Kirby has been added. Lefty Shane McClanahan has been added as well. So you got the Pirates closer has been added, replacing Dodgers Clayton Kershaw. So this what we got so far. What you think about these replacements? Do you think give me an all-star snub that you think got snubbed up out of the All-Star game?
Yeah, I think the replacements are pretty good. I mean, all those guys have had a good season, honestly. George Kirby's kind of not come out of nowhere, but he's definitely gotten better. I'm trying to think of. Let me see. I know Nick Castellanos made it from the Phillies. I don't know if anybody else honestly made the All-Star team. Let me pull this up quick. Let's see. All-Star Nick Castellanos.
Yep.
Yeah, Bryce Harper didn't make it. So, I mean,
yep.
He's hitting damn near 300, and he's been hurt, how much of the season. So, I'll go with Bryce. I mean, I think even it's tough to say, man, because Kyle Schwarber hits such a bad average. He's either home run or bust, man. He's home run or strikeout on 3 pitches, and he's swinging at a ball in the dirt 6 inches from the plate. But it's that guy hits so many home runs, though. It's always every time he comes up, you're like, oh, he could hit one here. You never feel like he's totally out of it. So, but I got to say, Bryce Harper, he would be in a DH role, obviously with the NL having that DH now last couple of years. That's one guy that comes to my mind. I mean, Pete Alonso's in it. There's a lot of the guys that are normally in it are in it.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I got to say, off the top of my head, not really thinking about anybody else. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So, another one that we kind of got here, the Home Run Derby. Who is the Julio Rodriguez coming up out of there, being a defending champion, still winning back to back, or who do you have dethroning him in the home run derby? Who do you have? Who do you take having dethroning him?
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. I just gotta go with my guy Adley Rutschman just because he's in there. Like he's a catcher, you know, obviously on the O's. So I gotta pull for him. But I mean, he's a cat. When's the last time you saw a catcher in the home run derby? Maybe Mike Piazza. Honestly, I don't know any. Honestly, like I don't think Russell Martin did it back in the. I mean, he had some pop, but like I don't think necessarily. I shouldn't say that because I speak it into existence type thing. But I want Adley Rutschman to win. Let me. I don't know, man. I could see Pete Alonso winning it because he's won it before. You know what I mean? Who do you think? Who do you think you got for that?
If I was, I would go Vlad Guerrero. I will actually take Vlad Guerrero to win the home run derby to throne him. Julio Rodriguez just got hot. He got hot. I can tell, you know, they probably gave the baseball gods last year kind of kept Kyle Schwarber up out of the finals, but Albert Pujols kind of beat them in the home run derby. So I can tell they kind of kept him out of the finals a little bit. But Julio Rodriguez, man, that dude was hot. That dude was really, really hot. Hit the ball all over the ballpark. But other than that, you know, I think I'm gonna have to take my chances with Vladdy Guerrero winning the home run derby, dethroning, you know, Julio Rodriguez. So
that's the thing is, man, real quick. The thing is Julio is now at his home stadium too. So like, if he were to win back to back and like at home, that's a whole storyline right there. So shit, maybe I mean like I might have to put some money on him just for that simple fact. It's at Safeco Field.
Got you. So which team, any team in the MLB or that's any contention, which team should be buyers or sellers this coming free agency? Which team should be buyers and sellers?
I'm gonna say the Mets should be a seller, honestly, because I just don't. Even if they make the playoffs, I don't think they have it figured out. I think they should deal Scherzer to. I mean, Scherzer already kind of made it known that he wants to be out of there.
Yeah.
You know, according to reports and things like that, but they're not having the season they wanted to. I mean, you know, they'll be lucky to sneak in the playoffs. I don't think they'll do anything even if they find a way in, unless they go on some crazy winning streak to like propel them. But I just think the Mets, they're too far in deep with these 40-year-old pitchers like Scherzer and Verlander, obviously. So maybe you trade both of them. I don't see them trading. Like they probably won't be able to pull that off, but I at least think you get Scherzer out of there. So the Mets should be a seller. I think the Orioles should be a buyer. I think the Padres have a chance at being a seller too, honestly, because they need pitching help. And once again, like they've dug themselves a hole where it's like, are they going to climb out of that? I don't know. The Diamondbacks are really good, and the Dodgers are always there, obviously, and then the Giants it's like a three-headed monster in that division. So if I'm the Padres, man, I sell off some bats to try and get some pitching because they never have enough pitching for some reason. They're like who were we talking about? Oh, the Angels. Yeah, they're like the Angels, man. They don't know.
Yeah.
It's like pitching doesn't matter to them as much.
Yeah. Just hitting matters to them. Having that power matters to them. So I gotta. This is a decent question. Okay, so which team is worse? Which team is worse? Oakland, KC, Colorado. Which team would you want? Which team that you would be a bit general manager as that's say, okay, I think I get this team in the right direction, but start out, which team is worse?
I gotta go with like that. That's tough, man, because there's so many things. There's so many like aspects to that because the A's suck because they don't care. That's the thing. Like they don't even know if they're gonna be in Oakland like next year. You know what I mean? So that's a whole like dumpster fire. Just, you know, there's gasoline on the fire, everything with that. But I gotta go as far as just like watching a team that's horrible night in, night out. I gotta say the Kansas City Royals are the worst team because then they're 25-61 in probably the worst division in baseball, honestly.
Yep.
In that AL Central, the Twins are in first place at 44 and 43. So, I mean, the Royals are 18 and a half games back, and it's not even, it's just now July 4th holiday just happened. So they'll be probably 35 games out at some point this year. They'll be double that at some point, to be honest with you. And that's if the Twins aren't even that good. That's what I mean. Like,
yep.
The top of that division's not that good. None of those teams are going to win the World Series this year. So it's like, or have a chance really. So it's like, damn, that you got to be so bad to be that far behind, honestly.
Yep. Which team would you rather, though? Out of those three teams, would you rather be a manager of? And you look at the prospects, you look at the team, and you say, I believe I can push this team in the right direction. I believe we can get to that fringe playoff aspect. Which team would you rather take a chance and be a manager if you had to choose out of those three teams?
Damn, man, that's that. None of those jobs look appealing to me, man. I'll kick it on the couch instead. But no, I guess the Royals, because the division's like not that good. So it's like, if we can get on track, if we can be a 500 ball club, like we can compete for the division. So, as bad as, like I just said, they're probably the worst team. They might have, I know their ownership's a little cheap too, but they're not as cheap as the Oakland is. Colorado just hasn't had much success since they've been a team. I think they came in the 90s. So, like, I don't know. Kansas City won a World Series 10, 12 years ago, something like that. So I'd probably go that route. They probably have the best chance at fully turning it around at some point, but who knows when that'll be.
Yep. So out of the New York Mets, the Pirates, the Padres, and the Angels, and the Red Sox, which team do you have more faith that they can make a playoff push at the end of the season?
Damn, you said the Pirate? No, not the Pirates.
Yep, I said Pirates, Padres. You have the Mets. You have the Padres. You have the Mets. I said the Pirates. I did say the Pirates in Boston, the Boston Red Sox.
Damn. I don't know if any of this team. I mean, I got like no faith in the Padres, man. Every year it's it's like they're the Lions or something. I don't know how to explain it. Like, they're just not. They don't know how to win. The Red Sox are in the AL. I mean, the AL East isn't as good as it usually is, but it's still the AL East. Still, pretty good. The Rays they're not getting the Rays. I can tell you that. Like, they might make I'll say, damn. I guess I'll go. Man, there's like not even an answer to that. Like, I guess I'll go Red Sox as far as making a late season push, because they've had success in the past. They know eventually they'll turn it around again, and they'll probably win a World Series in the next 5 years or something, just because they find a way to do that. So I'll go Red Sox, because all the other teams are just. I mean, the Mets are upside down right now. The Padres don't know how to win. The Pirates, I feel genuinely bad for the Pirates, because it's like they started out so good. I was like, man, I wouldn't mind seeing them be a good team this year, and then reality set in again for them. It's just like, man, it's a bad season again.
So, got you. So, which team is surprising in your opinion? It's the surprising team in your opinion. They don't have to have the winning record, but if you have to choose which are a surprise team, give me a surprise team that you surprised of.
There's actually a good many this year so far. It's honestly tough to pick right now because there's so many. Like, I could go Reds, I could go Marlins. I gotta say Diamondbacks, only because they're still holding on to first place. I know it's only 2.5 games over the Dodgers, who seem to win that division every year, but Diamondbacks, I don't think anybody really saw that coming, as far as the starting pitching's been really, really good for them. They got some young players like Corbin Carroll, who's good. I kind of like that team, man, because it's like, when's the last time, it's probably been 20, 25 years since they've been good. The early 2000s, when they had Schilling, Randy Johnson, and all that, but it's been forever. So I gotta say, I don't know. Like I think we talked about it before. Like I don't think they hang
Yep.
on and win the division, but I hope they make the playoffs at least because it's a different team in there for a change. Honestly,
So today y'all play. I believe y'all trying to avoid the sweep. What is it? A 4-game set or
4 game
three-game?
set. Yep,
All
yep.
right, so today, you guys have Dean Kramer on the mountain today, versus Randy Vasquez. What do you expect today for the Baltimore Orioles on winning? What's the keys to them on winning these two ball games right here against the New York Yankees?
And I want them to get out of New York at this point. Like just get on the bus and get on the plane, get out of there as soon as you can, man. Just start running to the bus. But no, I mean it's gonna. I mean Dean Kramer was really bad last game too, so it doesn't inspire confidence for them to go in there and win today. I mean, if they lose 3 straight to the Yankees, I'm going to be pretty bummed out, honestly, at this point. So,
Mhm.
I mean, Dean Kramer is going to have to give you 6, 7 innings, hopefully 2 or 3 runs come out of there. And then, I mean, if they don't hit with runners in scoring position, it doesn't matter anyway. So it's really going to matter on the starting pitching because this bullpen is taxed right now. The bullpen is not pitching well at all.
Yep.
You're going to have to give some length. I mean, Kyle Gibson gave him some length yesterday. He went 6 innings. He gave up 4 runs, though. That's not really going to cut it with the way this team's hitting. So I think you got to come out of there a little bit better. 6 innings, 3 hits, or I'm sorry, 3 runs, 6 innings, 3 runs. Keep them in the game and just hope and pray you can bring some guys in because the offense hasn't been good this series either. So if they can find a way to split, if they can win these last 2 games, I'll chalk it up to like sort of a win because
Yep.
it's tough to go up there and win anyway. So hopefully they can find a way to do that.
All right. Same thing with the Philadelphia Phillies. You got Taijuan Walker pitching today. What you can expect for these last 2 games for the Philadelphia Phillies going up against a tough Tampa Bay Rays team?
Yeah, man. Taijuan Walker has been like ridiculous lately, though. Like 5 or 6 starts, he has like barely a 1 ERA. Like he's just a guy. Like he looked horrible earlier in the season. I don't know if it was just coming to a new team and then not getting adjusted right and everything. But like he's been dynamite. I have no concerns there. It is the Rays, so obviously, you got Zach Littell, probably the one guy you do want to see on the other side of that rotation because he hasn't been good. He hasn't pitched much either. So kind of like a spot starter guy, honestly, that type of thing. He's only going to give you a couple innings, maybe 4 or 5 innings at most. He hasn't pitched more than 2 and 2/3. So if they can jump on him early and put it and give Walker a cushion, like I don't see him having a real problem winning this. So I'd probably be pretty if I'm betting on this, I have no doubt Phillies can probably get this one. Honestly, as long as Walker's been the same he has been, it's no
Yep.
concern.
Got you. So this is our last segment. We are gonna do what we always do: break down the divisions and go through the wild card. We gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of our day for some baseball. And I can enjoy some summer league. So other than that, we got Tampa Bay still winning the division by 6 games at 57-31. You got your Baltimore Orioles, 2 touchdowns, 49 and 35. You got the New York Yankees, 3 games down in a loss column behind the Orioles, but a game down in the by the Orioles at 48-38. You got the Toronto Blue Jays at 46-40, and you got the Boston Red Sox who are 43-40. Any changes you see up on that one coming up? Any changes you see?
I don't want to say the Yankees catch the O's because I would be pissed off. But I'm getting more and more concerned every day, man. I'll be honest with you because it's not looking good there. I mean, I think the Rays hang on for sure, but I think at some point it's going to be neck and neck, even more so with the Yankees. It's going to be a game here, game there. Like O's are up on the Yankees are up on they got to turn it around quick. But I still think this is the Rays division to lose at this point.
Right. Man, Boy, I sure hate to have you stressed out coming by next week if this year's gonna go right. I sure hate to.
Who knows where I'll be at a week from now, man.
That ones look pretty bad about the Orioles. Man, that would look good.
It's every year, man. It's every year. It's something.
So we got the worst division probably in the MLB, probably the worst division in the MLB right now. You have the Minnesota Twins who are 44-43. Jesus Christ. You got the you got the Cleveland Guardians at 42-43. You got the Detroit Tigers 37-47. You got the goddamn White Sox who are 37-50. You got and we just talked about the team, the Kansas City Royals, the worst team probably in baseball, 25-61. Any changes going into the All-Star break on that one?
I've been riding with the Guardians all year, man. I still think the Guardians are better than the Twins, barely. I mean, it's obviously they're one game behind them, so it's not like they're leaps and bounds better. They're 6-4 in the last 10. The Twins are 5-5.
Yeah.
Twins took 2 or 3 in Baltimore. The pitching, their pitching's pretty good. I'll give them that. I mean, it's probably a combination of the O's not hitting for shit lately anyway. But hey, man, like I think the Guardians this time by the All-Star break, Guardians will be in first. Twins will be game or 2 back.
Yep. So we got the AL West. You got the Rangers at 51-35. You got my Astros. Now we at 49-38 because we just sealed the win. Ryan Presley just came in and sealed the win. Good job, Ryan Presley. Been pitching very well lately. You got the Los Angeles Angels 45-43. You got the Seattle Mariners who have won. Seattle Mariners has been hot a little bit lately. They've been on a pretty good roll. 4 straight. And you got the Oakland A's 24-63. Any changes going into the All-Star break?
I think the Rangers will still be winning the division, but it'll be by like 1 game. Honestly, I think the Astros are playing so good right now. They're playing the Rockies, which helps too. So Rockies are just a bad team. Everybody knows that. Let me see real quick. Rangers are coming. Rangers got to play Red Sox, and I know the Red Sox aren't necessarily a good team by record, but they're hard to beat, and they're hard to beat in Boston, honestly. So I could see the Rangers, probably taking 2 or 3 from them. But at the same time, man, I think the Astros will go into the break as hot as they are now. They're 7-3 in the last 10. Like I look for the Astros to be like a game behind the Rangers, at the time of the All-Star break.
Feels good, Key. You got to stress out Aaron up here about the Orioles, man. You got to stressed out Aaron up here. And if there's any team that need a break from the All-Star game, it's been my damn Astros, man. I think Christian Javier, he got to get his mind straight. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. I don't know how he's 7-1, to be honest. I don't know how he's 7-1, but other than that, we do need to get some of these healthy bodies ready. Rama Valdez set to make 1 more start. We do have a big 4-game series going into Seattle. But I like the hitting. The hitting is coming along. Corey Jokes and Yainer Diaz has just been raking. I think it's time for Martin Maldonado to kind of take a little step back a little bit because this young rookie is hot. Already got 10 home runs. He's looking really good. The Atlanta Braves look good. They dominate. They look dominant. They look more than good. They great. They look great. And speaking of them, we're going to get to them right now. Atlanta Braves coming in, 8 games up in the division. 8 games up in the division. That is probably the largest. Yep, that is the largest division lead out of everybody else. 57-28. 57-28, the Atlanta Braves. You have the Florida Miami Marlins, 50-37. Okay, Miami Marlins playing some pretty good baseball. And of course, you have your Philadelphia Phillies who are 45-39. You have the New York Mets, who's just a flat out mess right now. Lindor stealing money. Pete Alonso can hit for power, but he's stuck in hitting from average right now. I don't know what the hell is going on with the New York Mets. They just feel like they just seem like they cursed all of a sudden. Then you got the Washington Nationals at 34-51. So we're gonna focus on just the Marlins and the Phillies inside, and the Mets probably side. We already know the Braves are running away with that division, so we can lead them out. But any changes going into the All-Star break between the Marlins, Phillies, and the Mets.
Yeah, not the Mets, man. No shot with the Mets. I think the Phillies, they're gonna. It's funny. So after this series with the Rays, they play the Marlins 3-game series right before the All-Star break. So I think this time next week, Phillies will be tied. I'll say they'll be somehow, some way they'll be tied with the Marlins at this point next week. But the Marlins always seem to have the Phillies number for some reason in Miami. The last 4 or 5 years, it seems like. So I wouldn't get too caught up on it. If they drop 2 out of 3, I wouldn't be shocked either. So I'm gonna say they'll be about tied. But yeah, Marlins are playing pretty damn good. It's crazy. Like if the Braves weren't such a powerhouse, they'd be in first right now, honestly. So I mean, the Braves are like the cream of the crop, man. They're the cream of the crop of baseball right now. It's crazy how good that Braves team has played.
I never got your thoughts on the Phillies losing the series to the Nationals this coming weekend. They did lose 2 out of 3 to the Nationals, I believe. What went on in that series? What happened in that series?
Yeah, they couldn't hit, man. They couldn't hit for shit, honestly. I mean, the Philly. I mean, on Saturday, I shouldn't say that because on Saturday I forgot they put up 19 runs, which it was just home run after RBI double. It was just going crazy. Alec Boehm had 2 home runs. I think Schwarber had one that game. I can't remember, but Saturday it was like they exhausted everything they had, and then Sunday they come out and they drop 5-4, and then Friday they lost 2-1. So it's like I'm not expecting them to put up 19 runs every game, but they got to score more than 1 run, obviously, and then to score 4 against a Nationals team that it doesn't really have pitching. I mean, their lineup's actually not that bad. You said the grand slam. Yeah, that's right, Kyle Schwarber. I think that was in the first inning or something like that. Early in the game, I'm kind of forgetting here, but yeah, man, they got to hit better. Like at the end of the day, I mean, it's the Nationals. They're not that good, honestly. And Ranger Suarez didn't pitch all that well. That was probably one of his worst games of the year. I know he was hurt early on, but 5 innings, 5 runs against a Nationals team. You got to be a little better than that. But hiccups are going to happen. But yeah, I mean, you just got to keep hitting. And bullpen's been all right. So it's just you try not to lose those series against lesser competitions.
Yeah. You gotta try. You gotta win. You gotta win those series. You gotta take care of business in those series. You definitely do gotta take care of business in those type of series right there. So other than that, we do have the NL Central division. We have the NL Central. Oh, you got a little subby right here, my boy Daniel. Shout out to Daniel for the sub to my boy A-Ro, man. If y'all want to see some good content, man, A-Ro is nice with it, man. So shout out to him, man. I just hope he don't be depressed by the time we get back up here.
No, man, and hey, look, listen. I shouldn't have 2 teams, but there's a lot of reasons I do. But I mean, hey, Phillies are hot, so I can't be. I just hate losing to the Yankees, man. It could be when you guys play the Yankees, I'm the biggest Astros fan in the world, man. You should see it. I'm going crazy. Astros. Come on.
Oh, I hate them. I hate the Yankees now. I hate the Yankees with a passion. There's always an excuse when we beat them. There's always an excuse. I gotta hear it every time when we beat them. It's always a really bad excuse. There's always an excuse. They bring up the same thing every single time. They bring up them goddamn 27 world titles. They bring up the cheating scandal. We've been beating them since 2015. We've been whooping them since 2015 in a big game. So we got the Cincinnati Reds up by 1 game on the division. They are 47-39 coming into today. Astros was the only game to play earlier today. Everybody else played later. You got the Milwaukee Brewers, who was 46-40. You got the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are 40-45, and you got the Chicago Cubs, who are 39-45. And man, you got the St. Louis Cardinals, who is rough. They pitching has been really rough at 35-50. So what out of the first two, the Brewers, out of Cincinnati and the Brewers, what do you see anything moving by the All-Star break, going into the All-Star break?
Yeah, man, just like the Guardians, I've not been high on the Brewers, but I still think the Brewers are a better team, to be honest with you. So yeah, man, I gotta say Brewers they're gonna win, or they're gonna be ahead of the Reds this time next week. All-Star break. I think the Reds are like a Cinderella type story. They're a little bit ahead of course. I think that team's getting on the right track, and I think their farm system looks pretty damn good, especially with, Elly De La Cruz he's special, man. Like I saw him play the Orioles last week, and I was like, damn, man, this guy it's scary just him hitting a ground ball to third. It's like he's gonna beat that out just a routine ground ball. Like he's special, and he's gonna be special for decades. You know what I mean, or years to come, I should say. So, but I still think the Brewers are a more polished team, top to bottom, and I think by this time they'll be winning that division. And I still think they'll hang on and win that division this year. But I'd probably pick the Reds next year. Going into next year if there's not a bunch of moves and everything else.
Got you. The St. Louis Cardinals, they were a playoff team last year. They were supposed to beat the Phillies, it didn't happen. They 0-2. They 0-2 in their last two games. What the hell was wrong with the Cardinals? They was expected to win the division as well. What got into the Cardinals?
You said what the hell is right? Like I don't know. It's you never see the Cardinals this bad. Like, and what's crazy? I still, like, there's a part of me that's like, man, I still don't know if I write them completely off, because like it's still we're halfway through, so that means the second half they could be 55-20 or whatever, you know what I mean? Like they could be 25, 30 games over 500. Probably not, but I'll tell it to you this way: I feel like they'll finish above the Pirates, and like I hate to say that, man. I like the Pirates a lot more. I don't like the Cardinals at all, really at all. So I like to see them fail, honestly. But hey, it's they know what they're. At the end of the day, they'll get it figured out eventually, because they always do.
Got you. So we at the NL West. We got the Arizona Diamondbacks, the surprise team in the league. Zach Gallen, led by Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly as well. Two good pitchers in their rotation, 50-36. You got the Dodgers, who are 47-38 coming into this game. I believe they lost. They lost against the Pirates last year in this yesterday. That Pirates team beat up on pretty much their pitching yesterday. San Francisco Giants coming back down to earth a little bit. They lost 4 straight. They were hot. They were the hottest team in baseball. They lost four straight at 50. They're at 46-40. And you got the San Diego Padres, who at 40-46, who won yesterday versus the Angels. And you got the Colorado Rockies, who lost 2 straight to the Houston Astros. And they're also on a 3-game losing streak. So any changes you see coming out the NL West?
Yeah, not by All-Star break. I think the Diamondbacks will hold on, but it's narrowing very quickly, man, because look at those Dodgers are right on them, like just how you think they will be. And then like I thought the Giants are like, I think they're fraudulent. I don't think they're that good. Okay. It is a good franchise, so I would never rule them out completely. Like they've had a lot of success in the last couple decades, especially, last decade, 3 World Series or 2 or 3 World Series not that long ago. But I just think they're a bunch of old heads on that team, man. Bunch of grandpas, really, honestly. You got to get them out of there, wheel them out of there on wheelchairs or whatever you got to do. But I think Diamondbacks hang on for now. When it's all said and done, I think the Dodgers get the division. But I hope the Diamondbacks keep playing well. Yeah, it's good for baseball, I think.
Got you. So we got the last but not least, the wild card standings. We got the Orioles at the top of the wild card standings. You got the Astros right behind them. You got the Yankees right there at the third. There's only 3 wild card spots. You can only get 3 wild card spots. So any changes come on before the All-Star break of those 3 wild card scenarios. You got the Blue Jays right behind at 46 and 40. Any changes you see?
Damn. I mean, Astros. Astros, man, they got a plus 63 run differential to the Orioles plus 13 run differential. I don't like that stat at all. You guys are playing coming up Seattle team, which I mean, Seattle is not. I mean, I know they're playing better right now, but they've had a bad season overall. They're a 500 team. The Astros 8-2 in the last 10. O's 4-6. Like I could see Houston. I think Houston will jump the O's here soon. I just hope we can fend off the Yankees. I don't want to be in the third wild card spot, but I think the Astros they're playing too good right now, and I think they'll take 2 or 3 from Seattle. I don't think they'll sweep, but I think they'll get 2 out of 3.
All right, so you got the look at Jay Jones said the Atlanta Braves. We got the Atlanta Braves up in here, man. Y'all should be proud about that. So we got the NL side. We got the Marlins. They the first wild card team. They the first wild. They got the first number 1 wild card spot. They 3.5 games up over the Dodgers, and you got your Phillies at that last wild card position. Any changes? Come on.
No, I think because the Dodgers. I mean, I think the Dodgers will hang where they are for the time being. I think Phillies will be right there. I mean, I could see them tying them, but I don't think they'll jump them. And Miami, I think until the wild card, or until the All-Star break, I think Miami will hang on. But yeah, man, Dodgers are starting to turn that corner like they always do. Like just when you think they're gonna have a down year, they're not. They don't have down years really anymore at all. So it's. But Miami, yeah, credit to the Marlins, man. Like they're doing what they got to do to win. Honestly.
Yep, definitely. So that is the end of episode number 3 of the Bases Loaded podcast, man. Shout out to everybody that came through on the Empire Sports Network. We got more activities for y'all during the day. We got my boy Gene, Wire to Wire Sports Network, and I will also be on the network later tonight during the Summer League of the Miami Heat and Sacramento Kings. Y'all watch that guy Jaime Jaquez from Miami. That dude looks really good. Jovic looks really good as well. So these some guys that can be on some NBA rosters this coming year. But shout out to everybody, man. A-Roll, tell the people they can follow you at.
Yeah, appreciate it. I got started a little late today. It's my fault, but
you good, man.
Definitely check me out, Brutally Honest, without the T on Twitter. Brutally Honest Sports Podcast on YouTube. I got to get more active on there myself, but I'm trying to pump it out as I can, man. Like, one day at a time. So I appreciate anybody that follows me. I'll follow back every single time. So, but yeah, shout out to the Empire Sports Network. Definitely check everybody out that's on there. They're constantly bringing you content. So just pay them guys your respects at the very least, check in.
Definitely, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to everybody, man. At 6:00 Central my time, man. Y'all come check in Wire Sports, Wire Sports with Gene, his boy Kentrell, and the other guy, I forgot his name. I don't want to butcher his name. But other than that, man, shout out to y'all. As for Coach Dante, your host, and my co-host A-Roll for the Bases Loaded podcast. Y'all already know we coming back from episode 4 next Wednesday after the All-Star breaks festivities coming up soon later, but we will be back with episode 4 next Wednesday. Shout out to you guys, and y'all enjoy the rest of you guys' day.